Listen closely. Chosen ones, you might be tempted to just scroll past this to dismiss it as just another message in the noise. But I'm telling you, with every ounce of my being, don't do it. What's coming with the new moon on October 22nd, 2025 is going to fundamentally shake things up. The next 3 days are going to be anything but ordinary. This is an urgent transmission, timed perfectly by the divine. And if it's found its way to you, it's because your soul has a crucial date with destiny. This isn't some random coincidence. Take a moment, just pause, and feel it. Feel that subtle hum vibrating beneath the surface of what we call reality. That electric charge in the air that you can't quite put your finger on, that's the prelude to a cosmic event that's been written in the stars for ages. And it's finally here. This isn't just any new moon. It's a null point, a cosmic reset button that's going to split timelines in a way we haven't seen in our lifetimes. Most people will just feel a little off, maybe set some small intentions, and then move on, completely unaware of the quantum doorway that just swung open and shut. But you're not like most people. You're a chosen one, a starseed, a light worker. Your spiritual DNA is hardwired to pick up on this frequency. Before we dive any deeper into this urgent briefing, I need you to do 3 really important things. These steps will help you anchor your energy and signal to the universe that you're awake, aware, and ready. First, please hit the like button on this video. This sends a ripple of conscious energy out into the collective. Second, subscribe to this channel and turn on all notifications. The downloads and updates are going to be coming in hot and fast over the next 72 hours, and you really can't afford to miss them. And third, and this is super crucial, type the number 111 inches, the comments down below. This will activate the portal of awakening within your own energetic field. By typing 111, you're stating your intention to consciously participate in this grand shift. Now let's establish the framework of what's actually happening here, because understanding the invisible mechanics is key to navigating what's ahead. The common belief, the typical 3D spiritual understanding of a new moon, is that it's a time for planting seeds, for manifestation, for writing out your desires and sending them out to the universe. And while that has its place in a certain level of consciousness, that's not what this event is about. I need you to hear me loud and clear on this. This new moon in Libra isn't about asking, it's about receiving. It's not about doing, it's about being. To approach this cosmic gateway with a shopping list of demands or wants is to totally misunderstand what's going on. It's like trying to use a map of your hometown to navigate a completely foreign galaxy. The old rules of manifestation are being suspended. Why? Because we're moving beyond the paradigm of conscious creation and into a paradigm of divine surrender and reception. This new moon is a celestial download. It's a packet of 5D light codes, soul fragments, and dormant DNA activations being beamed directly from the great central sun through our sun and anchored into the Earth's crystalline grid via the dark side of the moon. The moon's shadow acts like a sacred projector, embedding these new codes into the planetary consciousness and, most importantly, into the consciousness of those who are sensitive enough to receive them, like you. The proof of all this is written right there in the cosmic clockwork. This is no ordinary Libra new moon. It's happening in a rare and potent alignment, forming a grand trine with the Pleiadian star system and the heart of the Andromeda galaxy. This creates a harmonic resonance, a celestial chord that vibrates at the frequency of soul remembrance. Ancient prophecies from indigenous cultures and mystery schools all over the world point to this specific window in our current era as the great unveiling, where the veil between the physical and spiritual worlds becomes so thin, it's practically non-existent. They knew that these planetary alignments would create an energetic environment that's ripe for a mass awakening, but only for those who have done the necessary inner work. The preparation for this moment didn't start last week. It started lifetimes ago. Every challenge you've overcome, every heartbreak you've endured, every moment of despair you've transmuted into wisdom has been an initiation, strengthening your energetic container so you can handle the sheer voltage of the light that's about to pour through. So here's the plan for our time together now. It's simple, but profound. We're going to dissect the immediate signs and symptoms that this energy is already working on you. We'll uncover the nature of the timeline split that's happening, and I'm going to give you precise instructions to align with the highest possible outcome, making sure you step through this gateway into the reality your soul has been yearning for. The first thing you need to understand is that this process has already begun. The energetic tendrils of this new moon portal reached our planet 3 days ago, and your body, your finely tuned spiritual instrument, has been the first to notice. You might be experiencing what a lot of people are calling ascension symptoms. But I want to reframe that. These aren't symptoms of sickness, they're signs of activation. This is your light body coming online. You might be experiencing intense ringing in your ears, high-pitched frequencies that come and go. This isn't tinnitus. This is you tuning into the celestial broadcast, the music of the spheres. You're hearing the frequency of the universe upgrading its operating system. You've probably been waking up between the hours of 3:00 a.m. and 4:00 a.m., the sacred witching hour. This is the time when the veil is at its thinnest, and your guides, your higher self, are using this window to give you downloads to clear your energy field and to prepare your subconscious mind for the shift. If you wake up during this time, don't get frustrated. Just lie still, breathe, and say, "I am open to receive." Your dreams have probably become incredibly vivid, chaotic, or deeply symbolic. You might be dreaming of old places, past lives, or even experiencing flight. This is your consciousness traveling through the Akashic records, processing and releasing karmic loops at an accelerated rate. Pay close attention to any recurring symbols or messages in these dreams. They're direct communications from your soul. On a physical level, you might feel waves of inexplicable exhaustion, a fatigue that sleep doesn't seem to touch. This is because your body is undergoing a cellular restructuring. You're literally shifting from a carbon-based biology to a crystalline-based biology, and this process requires a massive amount of energy. Don't fight it. Rest when you need to rest. Hydrate with pure, clean water, because water is the conductor of this new electrical energy. You may also feel dizzy, lightheaded, or have strange aches and pains that move around your body. This is trapped energy and old emotional trauma being dislodged from your cellular memory. Breathe into these sensations. Thank them for the lessons they've taught you and command them to release into the light. These physical sensations are tangible proof that you're part of this awakening. They're confirmation that you're a vessel for this incredible cosmic light. If you've experienced even one of these signs, the ringing ears, the 3:00 a.m. wake-ups, the vivid dreams, the deep fatigue type. I feel awakened in the comments. This isn't just for me. It's for you to declare it. And it's for the collective, so we can all see that we're not alone in this profound experience. Let your comment be a beacon for others who are feeling these things and are looking for confirmation. But these physical and energetic signs are just the first layer, the overture to the main event. The real seismic shift that's happening is at the level of timelines. This October 22nd new moon is a cosmic sorting mechanism. It's a bifurcation point, a moment where humanity is being presented with a choice, although for most, it'll be an unconscious one. Two primary timelines are solidifying, diverging from this single point in space-time. One is the continuation of the 3D matrix, a timeline based on fear, separation, control, and limitation. It's the timeline of the old world, the reality that's crumbling before our very eyes. The other is the 5D New Earth timeline, a reality based on love, unity, sovereignty, and infinite potential. It's a frequency, not a place, and it's becoming available now to those who can match its vibration. The next 3 days are the crucial window where your dominant frequency, your core resonance, will determine which timeline you energetically lock into. This isn't a judgment or a test. It's simply a matter of physics. You can't perceive a reality that you're not a vibrational match for. The key indicator of which timeline you're aligning with is your emotional state. Are you predominantly in a state of fear, worry, anger, and victimhood? Are you consumed by the news, by the drama of the outside world, by perceived injustices? If so, you're feeding the 3D timeline. Or are you cultivating a state of peace, gratitude, trust, and love, even amidst the chaos? Are you focusing on your own inner world, on your connection to Source, on the future you wish to create? If so, you're anchoring into the 5D timeline. The signs of this split will become glaringly obvious in your personal reality over the next 72 hours. Pay attention to your relationships. You may find that certain people, friends, even family members you were once close to suddenly feel distant, like you're speaking a different language. Conversations may feel shallow, draining, or you may simply have nothing left to say to one another. This isn't personal. It's a frequency mismatch. As your vibration rises, those who are choosing to remain in a lower density will naturally and effortlessly fall away. Don't chase them. Don't try to convince them. Bless them on their journey and let them go, because you're making space for your true soul tribe to find you on the new timeline. Conversely, you may experience serendipitous connections. A stranger might say the exact thing you needed to hear. An old friend from long ago might suddenly reach out. You'll begin to attract people who see the world as you do, who speak the language of the soul. These are your timeline companions. Synchronicities will also increase exponentially as you anchor into the 5D flow. You'll see repeating number sequences everywhere, 1112224444. These are winks from the universe, confirming that you're on the right path. You'll think of something and it'll manifest. You'll have a question, and the answer will appear in a song lyric, a billboard, or a conversation you overhear. The universe is speaking to you constantly. The only question is, are you listening? This is the magic and the beauty of the 5D timeline. It's a reality where you're in constant co-creation with the divine, where life flows with ease and grace. But the choice to inhabit this reality must be made consciously, deliberately, in every single moment, especially during this potent new moon gateway. It's a choice to turn away from the noise of the collapsing world and to tune into the symphony of the emerging one. It requires courage, it requires faith, and it requires you to remember who you truly are. A sovereign creator, being with the power to choose your reality. The portal is open, the choice is yours. You're still here. You didn't scroll away. You didn't let the rational mind, the conditioned skeptic that was programmed into you by the old 3D matrix, convince you to click away. Let's take a moment to honor that. The simple act of your continued presence is a testament to the power of your soul's intuition. It's your higher self holding you in this space, commanding your attention, because it knows that the information being shared here isn't just important. It's essential for the next chapter of your incarnation. In the first part of this urgent briefing, we laid the groundwork. We established that this new moon on October 22nd isn't just another mundane celestial event. It's a cosmic bifurcation point, a sorting mechanism for timelines. We identified the physical and energetic activation signs that many of you are already experiencing, the proof that your spiritual hardware is undergoing a massive upgrade. Now we've got to move from the what to the how. It's one thing to be aware of the storm, but it's another entirely to know how to sail the ship. This chosen one is where your true power comes into play. This is where you move from being a passive observer of the ascension to an active sovereign co-creator of the new earth. The next 3 days are your masterclass in quantum reality creation, and the final exam is your lived experience. The energy that's flooding our planet right now is raw, potent, and neutral. It's pure creative potential. But like a block of pristine marble, it'll be sculpted by the tool of the artisan. In this grand cosmic workshop, the primary tool is your emotional frequency. Let's go deeper than you've ever gone before into the true nature of emotion. In the 3D paradigm, emotions are seen as reactions. Something happens in the external world, and you feel a certain way in response. This is the hallmark of victim consciousness, the belief that your inner state is at the mercy of your outer world. The great secret, the foundational truth of the 5D reality you're now entering, is that this equation is inverted. Your emotional state isn't a reaction. It's a broadcast. It's a powerful electromagnetic frequency that emanates from your heart center, sending a clear and unwavering signal out into the quantum field. This signal is the instruction set that tells reality how to organize itself around you. Fear, anger, blame, and despair aren't just unpleasant feelings. They're low-frequency broadcasts that literally tune your experiential reality to the 3D timeline of chaos and control. Love, gratitude, joy, and peace aren't just positive emotions. They're high-frequency broadcasts that tune your reality to the 5D timeline of harmony, miracles, and flow. During this potent 3-day gateway, the universe's amplifier is turned all the way up. Your emotional broadcast is more powerful, more instantaneous in its creative capacity than at any other time in recent history. This is why the forces that wish to keep humanity trapped in the old paradigm are working overtime right now to generate fear. They know this. They understand quantum mechanics better than most. The relentless barrage of negativity in the media, the manufactured crises, the stoking of division, it's all a calculated campaign of frequency warfare designed to hijack your creative power and use it to sustain their crumbling reality. Your greatest act of spiritual rebellion, your most profound contribution to the planetary shift, is to reclaim sovereignty over your emotional state. But here's a crucial distinction that trips up so many on the spiritual path. This isn't about spiritual bypassing. This isn't about pretending you don't feel anger or sadness or fear. It's not about putting on a happy face and suppressing the dense emotions that are inevitably surfacing right now. In fact, this new moon portal is a divine purge. Its intense gravitational pull is drawing up all the poison from the depths of your being, the unhealed traumas, the ancestral wounds, the limiting beliefs, the karmic baggage you've been carrying for lifetimes. You may be feeling waves of profound sadness for no apparent reason. You might be experiencing sudden bursts of irrational anger or crippling anxiety. Don't mistake this for a sign that you're failing or moving backward. It's the exact opposite. This is the final alchemy. The universe is presenting you with your deepest shadows, not to punish you, but to give you one final opportunity to transmute them into light before stepping onto the new timeline. You can't take this dense baggage with you. The frequency of the new Earth simply can't sustain it. So when these difficult emotions arise, and they will, you have a choice. You can identify with them, get lost in their stories, and spiral down into their low frequency, thus anchoring yourself to the 3D timeline. Or you can become the alchemist. You can stand as the conscious observer of the emotion, allowing it to move through you without becoming it. See it for what it is: old energy, a cloud passing through the infinite sky of your awareness. Breathe into the physical sensation of the emotion in your body. Thank it for the lesson it taught your soul, and then, with the full force of your sovereign, will you perform the sacred act of transmutation. A powerful technique for this is to invoke the violet flame. Close your eyes and visualize a bonfire of brilliant violet light burning before you. Take the feeling of that anger, that sadness, that fear, and consciously, intentionally place it into the flame. Watch it burn. See it being consumed by this sacred fire, not with violence, but with loving purification, until all that remains is pure golden light, the light of your own liberated soul. This is the work. This is the true meaning of shadow work. It isn't an intellectual exercise, it's an energetic transformation. And every time you successfully transmute a shadow in the next 3 days, you raise your baseline frequency, you reclaim a piece of your power, and you anchor yourself more firmly onto the timeline of the new Earth. If you're ready to stand in your power as a divine alchemist and transmute all that no longer serves you, I want you to pause, take a deep breath, and type "I harness my power" in the comments below. Let this be a declaration to yourself and to the cosmos. This is you picking up your sacred tools and claiming your role as a conscious creator of your reality. Now you must know that you're not undertaking this monumental task alone. The amount of divine assistance that's being made available to the chosen ones during this gateway is unprecedented. The veil is thinner than it has ever been, and legions of light are standing by, waiting for you to simply ask for their help. Your star families, the Pleiadians, the Andromedans, the Sirians, the Arcturans, are positioned in the higher dimensions, beaming, stabilizing frequencies and codes of remembrance directly into your energy field. They're communicating with you through your intuition, through flashes of insight, and through the symbolic language of your dreams. Your spirit guides and guardian angels are closer to you now than ever before. They're leaving feathers in your path, placing the right song on the radio at the perfect moment and orchestrating synchronicities to guide your steps. All you have to do is speak to them. Talk to them out loud as you would a dear friend. Ask them for clarity, for strength, for protection. You must give them your permission to intervene because they won't override your free will. This new moon in Libra also brings a powerful archetypal energy into play. Libra is the sign of the scales of divine justice, of cosmic balance. This isn't the flawed, often corrupt human version of justice. This is karmic and energetic law in its purest form. During this portal, a great rebalancing is occurring across all timelines. Think of it as a divine audit of your soul's journey. Every energetic contract, every vow, every soul agreement from this life and all past lives is being brought up for review. Contracts based on debt obligation or disempowerment are being declared null and void. This is why you may feel a sudden and inexplicable release from a long-standing pattern of struggle. A financial issue that's plagued you for years might suddenly resolve. A toxic relationship that you felt energetically chained to might finally and effortlessly dissolve. This is the grace of the Libra scales, bringing your soul's ledger back into perfect balance. On the other hand, the scales also deliver what is owed, the positive karma you've generated through acts of kindness, service, and love. Acts that you may have long forgotten is now returning to you multiplied. Expect unexpected blessings, a sudden windfall of money, a miraculous healing, an opportunity that seems to fall from the sky. This isn't luck. It's divine reciprocity. It's the universe settling its accounts with you. This energy of rebalancing also applies to your internal world. The Libra archetype is asking you to bring into harmony the masculine and feminine energies within you, your energy of doing and your energy of being, your logic and your intuition, your strength and your vulnerability. For too long, the collective has been out of balance, worshipping the wounded masculine and suppressing the divine feminine. This new moon is a call to restore that inner harmony. Are you pushing and forcing, or are you allowing and receiving? Are you constantly in your head, or are you taking time to listen to the whispers of your heart? The next 3 days are a perfect time to consciously cultivate this balance. If you've been working too hard, give yourself permission to rest and receive. If you've been passive, take one small inspired action towards your dream. This inner calibration is essential because the new earth is a reality built upon the foundation of sacred union, first within ourselves and then with each other. This is the deeper promise of the Libra new moon, not just balance, but the profound peace that comes from that state of perfect equilibrium. To consciously align with this powerful cosmic force of rebalancing, go to the comments now and type, "I receive divine balance." Feel the truth of those words as you type them. Feel the scales of your own life, both inner and outer, coming into a state of perfect, harmonious alignment. This is your decree to the universe that you're ready to live in a state of grace and equilibrium. With this understanding of the inner alchemy and the cosmic assistance available, let's now ground this into practical, tangible actions. Wisdom without action is merely philosophy. For the next 72 hours, I'm inviting you to enter into a sacred container to treat this period as a spiritual retreat, a holy observance of your own becoming. The first and most critical action is to undertake a strict media and information fast. I can't overstate the importance of this. You must consciously and deliberately disconnect from all sources of low-frequency information. This means no mainstream news. None. It's the most potent source of fear programming on the planet. This also means being radically mindful of your social media consumption. Unfollow any account that promotes division, drama, or victimhood. Mute any friend or family member who is constantly posting negativity. Your consciousness is a sacred temple, and during this portal, you must be a ruthless guardian at the gate. Every piece of content you consume is an energetic meal. Are you feeding your soul light, or are you feeding it poison? The goal is to create a serene and undisturbed inner space, enabling you to clearly hear the voice of your own soul and the guidance of the universe, free from any interference. The second essential step is sacred hydration. We touched upon this earlier, but let's delve deeper into its significance. Your body is composed of over 70% water, and water acts as a liquid crystal, a programmable, sentient consciousness. During this period of intense energetic downloads, water serves as the primary conductor, facilitating the integration of these light codes into your cellular structure. You must consume more pure filtered water than usual to amplify its power. Take a glass of water and hold it in your hands, directing your intentions into it. Say aloud, "I command this water to carry the frequency of perfect health, divine wisdom, and unconditional love throughout every cell of my body." You can also leave your water out overnight, even without a visible moon, to absorb lunar energies. Alternatively, place a piece of clear quartz or selenite beside the glass to charge it. When you drink this water, you're not simply hydrating. You're literally drinking liquid light, consciously programming your vessel for ascension. The third crucial step is quantum journaling. This isn't a mere diary of your problems, it's a script for your future. Grab a notebook and write at the top October 24th, 2025, my new reality. Begin writing about your life from that future perspective, using the present tense as if it has already occurred. Avoid phrases like, "I want to be" or "I will be." Instead write, "I am so grateful now that I am." Describe your ideal reality with vivid sensory detail. How does it feel to wake up in this new reality? What do you see, hear, taste, and smell? How does your body feel? What loving relationships surround you? How does your fulfilling divine work make you feel? Write with passion, emotion, and unwavering certainty that this reality isn't just possible, but that it's already materializing in the quantum field. By doing this, you're collapsing wave functions. You're taking the infinite potential of the quantum field and shaping it into a specific, desired outcome. You're providing the universe with a clear blueprint of the timeline you're choosing to inhabit. Finally, the fourth action is radical grounding and earthing. With so much cosmic energy flowing into your system, it's vital to stay anchored to the earth. Mother Gaia is a conscious being ascending alongside us, and her electromagnetic field serves as a stabilizing force for our own. For the next 3 days, make it a non-negotiable practice to connect with the earth. If possible, remove your shoes and socks and stand barefoot on the grass, soil, or sand for at least 10 minutes. Feel the earth's energy rising through the soles of your feet, calming your nervous system and drawing out any excess chaotic energy from your field. If you can't get outside, simply sit in a chair with your feet flat on the floor and visualize roots growing from your feet, reaching deep into the fiery crystalline core of the earth. This practice is your anchor during the storm. It will prevent you from feeling ungrounded, dizzy, or overwhelmed by the intense energies. These 4 actions, the media fast, sacred hydration, quantum journaling, and grounding, are your practical toolkit for navigating this portal. They're simple, yet their combined effect is profoundly powerful. They create a sacred, energetic container that shields you from the chaos of the old world and perfectly aligns you with the harmony of the new. But there's a final layer to this, a warning and a promise that you must grasp. The energetic imprint you create, the dominant frequency you hold within your being during these next 3 days, won't simply fade away. It will create what's known as a sacred echo. This energetic signature will ripple forward through time, becoming the magnetic attractor point for your experiences over the next 6 months, culminating at the corresponding full moon in Libra in April 2026. You're not just choosing your reality for the next few days, you're setting the foundational tone for the entire next chapter of your life. The stakes couldn't be higher, but equally, the potential for a quantum leap for a life of magic and miracles beyond your wildest dreams has never been more accessible. You're standing at the threshold. You have the knowledge, the tools, and an entire universe conspiring in your favor. But what happens on the other side? What's the single most important practice to engage in on the morning of October 24th? Once the gateway has been crossed, the chosen one is the final key, the master lock that ensures all this work is sealed and stabilized for the journey ahead. And we'll unlock it together in the final part of this transmission. You've made it this far, and that, in itself, is a profound initiation. The energy of this transmission isn't for the faint of heart. It's coded with a high frequency of truth that can be jarring to a system still acclimated to the gentle hum of the 3D matrix. Your continued attention signals to your soul that you're not only ready, but profoundly willing to step into the fullness of your mastery. In our journey so far, we've unmasked this October 22nd new moon as a critical bifurcation of timelines and armed you with the practical, foundational tools to create a sacred container for your ascension. You understand the necessity of the media fast, the power of sacred hydration, the creative mandate of quantum journaling, and the stabilizing grace of grounding. You're aware of the divine rebalancing of the Libra scales and the immense support available from your guides and star families. But now, we must walk into the heart of the temple. We must discuss the deepest, most subtle mechanics of this energetic event and prepare you for the final initiations that occur at the threshold itself. Many will perform the rituals, say the affirmations, and then wonder why their reality snaps back to the old default setting within a week. It's because they've missed the crucial final layers of understanding. They treated the process like a recipe, not a rebirth. What we discuss now will be the difference between a fleeting, spiritual high and a permanent, irreversible shift in your base frequency and lived reality. Remember the concept of the sacred echo we spoke of? The energetic signature you create now will dictate the next 6 months. Let that sink in. The gravity of this moment cannot be overstated. We're not playing a game. We're presiding over the dissolution of an old self and the coronation of a new one. Let's begin by dismantling a pervasive myth within the spiritual community, a contrarian take that's absolutely essential to grasp right now. The common belief is that events like this are prime opportunities for manifestation to use visualization and intention to attract a new car, a soulmate, or a bigger bank account. Chosen one, I must tell you with all the love in my heart, this is a profound misunderstanding of the energies at play. To use this sacred high-frequency cosmic light to try and manifest 3D objects and circumstances is like using a master architect's blueprints to fold a paper airplane. It completely misses the point and the potential. The universe isn't offering you a new set of toys, it's offering you a new identity. The old model of manifestation is based on the idea of a separate self, you asking a separate universe for things you lack. This entire paradigm of separation and lack is a cornerstone of the 3D matrix we're leaving behind. The 5D reality operates on a completely different principle, the principle of embodiment. You don't attract what you want. You become the frequency of the reality you wish to experience, and that reality then constellates around you as a natural byproduct. Your work during this portal isn't to visualize the car, it's to fully and completely embody the frequency of freedom, abundance, and joy that you believe the car would give you. It's not to script the perfect partner, it's to become so radically whole, so overflowing with self-love and inner union that a partner who reflects that wholeness is the only possible energetic match that can enter your field. Do you see the shift? It's a subtle but seismic difference. It moves the locus of power from an external, unpredictable universe back to the one place it has always resided within you. This new moon is a gift of pure, undifferentiated creative energy. If you pour that energy into old 3D desires, you'll simply create a slightly shinier, more decorated version of your old cage. But if you pour that energy into the radical transformation of your own being, into the embodiment of your higher self, you'll dissolve the cage entirely and remember how to fly. To facilitate this process of embodiment, we need to understand the biological hardware involved. This isn't just a spiritual or metaphorical event, it's a biophysical one. Deep within the geometric center of your brain lies a tiny pine cone-shaped gland, the pineal gland. In the 3D world, it's known for producing melatonin. In the esoteric traditions, it's known as the third eye, the seat of the soul, the biological interface between the physical and spiritual realms. This gland is your personal cosmic antenna. It's the physical receiver for the light codes, the divine downloads, and the higher dimensional frequencies that are currently flooding our planet. For millennia, through environmental toxins like fluoride processed foods and the low-frequency bombardment of fear-based media, there's been a concerted effort to calcify this gland, to turn this living crystalline receiver into dormant stone. This new moon carries a specific and potent light frequency, a harmonic that resonates perfectly with the crystalline structure of a healthy pineal gland. It's in essence a planetary-scale decalcification and activation signal. Part of the exhaustion you feel is your body physically working to break down these calcified deposits and bring your divine antenna back online. You can consciously assist this process. Eliminate fluoride from your water and toothpaste. Incorporate foods rich in chlorophyll, like spirulina and chlorella, which help detoxify heavy metals. Most importantly, you can use sound. The pineal gland is highly responsive to specific sonic frequencies. Chanting the sacred syllable OM or listening to binaural beats and solfeggio frequencies tuned to 936 Hz, the frequency of pineal gland activation, for even 10 to 15 minutes a day during this period will dramatically amplify your ability to receive these downloads. When your third eye is open and active, your intuition becomes your primary sense. You stop seeing the world and you start knowing it. You perceive the energetic reality behind the physical illusion. This is an essential faculty for navigating the new Earth, and this new moon is your divine appointment to fully reactivate it. If you're ready to reclaim your divine hardware and open the gateway to true knowing, I want you to go to the comments right now and declare with absolute certainty, "I am activated." Feel the center of your forehead tingle as you type it. This is your conscious permission slip to your body and your higher self to accelerate this process of biospiritual awakening. Now, where do these light codes go once they're received by your pineal gland? They're disseminated throughout your energy field, but the primary integration happens in a realm you visit every night, the dream state. Your dream space is about to become the most important classroom and integration chamber you have. During sleep, your conscious egoic mind steps aside, allowing your higher self and your spiritual team to perform the delicate and complex work of weaving these new 5D codes into your energetic matrix. This is why your dreams may feel so intense, so real, so chaotic. You're not just dreaming. You're undergoing energetic surgery. You're time traveling, resolving karmic threads from other lives. You're meeting with your soul family in higher dimensional classrooms to receive training and instructions for your mission. You're literally building the energetic scaffolding of your new reality in the astral plane before it precipitates into your physical life. You must therefore treat your sleep with the utmost reverence during this period. Create a sacred pre-sleep ritual. An hour before bed, turn off all screens. The blue light disrupts your pineal gland's function and interferes with the download process. Take a salt bath with Epsom salts or Himalayan pink salt to cleanse your auric field of the day's psychic debris. Meditate for a few minutes, focusing on your heart and breathing in light. And right before you drift to sleep, set a clear and powerful intention. Say out loud or in your mind, "Tonight, I open myself to the highest and best integration of the new moon energies. I ask my higher self and my guides to assist me in releasing all that is not in alignment with my 5D timeline and to activate all dormant codes of my divine blueprint. I ask to remember the important lessons and messages upon waking." And so it is. This simple act transforms your sleep from an unconscious process into a conscious co-creative journey of profound transformation. Keep a journal by your bed and write down everything you can remember the moment you wake up, even if it's just a feeling or a single image. The symbols and narratives of your dreams are the custom-tailored curriculum for your soul's evolution. But be warned, chosen one. As you approach the 0 point of this new moon, as your frequency rises and your light begins to shine more brightly than ever before, you'll be met with the final gatekeepers of the old reality. The universe will present you with a series of what I call tests of the threshold. These aren't punishments, they're final exams. They're holographic reality checks designed to see if you've truly learned your lessons and embodied your new frequency, or if you'll revert back to your old patterns under pressure. You must be vigilant, for they'll appear in the most cunning of disguises, tailored specifically to your deepest wounds and weaknesses. The first test is often the ghost from the past. Just as you're feeling clear, peaceful, and aligned, you'll receive a text message, an email, or a phone call from a person who represents a significant, unhealed karmic loop. It could be a toxic ex-partner, a narcissistic family member, or a friend with whom you had a painful falling out. They'll appear suddenly, often with a seemingly innocent request or a manipulative apology designed to pull you right back into the old drama. The old, energetic dynamic of guilt, obligation, or codependency. Your test isn't to be rude or to attack them. Your test is to hold your frequency. It's to recognize the situation for what it is, a final exam on your ability to maintain sovereign boundaries. It's to respond, if you must respond at all, from a place of divine neutrality, with love and firmness, without getting emotionally entangled. Passing this test means loving yourself enough to no longer participate in dynamics that drain your life force. It's the universe asking you, have you finally learned that your peace is more important than their approval? The second test is often the illusion of scarcity. You'll be feeling expansive, trusting, and aligned with abundance. Then out of nowhere, an unexpected bill will arrive. A client will pull out of a project, your car will break down. A sudden, jarring financial fear will be triggered, designed to pull you right back into the 3D consciousness of lack, struggle, and panic. This is a test of your faith. It's a test of your embodiment of true 5D abundance, which is the unwavering knowing that you're infinitely supported by the universe, regardless of external circumstances. Your test is to not spiral into fear. It's to feel the initial shock, take a deep breath, and then stand firm in your trust. It's to look at the bill and say, "Thank you for showing me where I still hold a belief in lack. I release this fear. I am a sovereign being of infinite abundance, and all my needs are always met with grace and ease." Passing this test means your sense of security comes from your connection to Source, not your bank account. It's the universe asking, do you truly trust me to provide for you? The third, and often most challenging test, is the mirror of self-doubt. A situation will manifest that pokes at your deepest, most tender insecurity. If you feel unworthy of love, you might experience a perceived rejection. If you fear you're not good enough in your work, you might receive some criticism or see a peer achieve something you desire. It'll be a scenario perfectly crafted to trigger your core wound and send you spiraling into the old stories of, "I'm not enough," "I'm a failure," or "Who am I to think I can do this?" This is the ultimate test of your divine self-worth. It's a test of your ability to hold the frequency of radical self-love and acceptance, even when the external world seems to reflect your greatest fears. Your test is to not believe the illusion. It's to witness the trigger, to comfort the wounded inner child that's crying out, and then to consciously choose a different response. It's to look in the mirror and say, "I am a divine and perfect creation of Source. My worth is inherent and unconditional. This external situation has no power over the truth of who I am. Passing this test means you've finally stopped seeking validation from the outside world and have anchored into the unshakable truth of your own divine magnificence. It's the universe asking, do you finally know in every cell of your being who you truly are? Be prepared for these tests. They will come. When they do, don't despair. See them as a gift, a final opportunity to prove to yourself and to the cosmos that you're ready for the next level. Every time you pass one of these tests, you're not just maintaining your frequency, you're crystallizing it, locking it in as your new default state of being. As you stand at this precipice, having passed your final exams, you'll arrive at the exact moment of the new moon. This is what's known as the 0 point. It's a moment of divine stillness, a cosmic pause, where the outbreath of the old lunar cycle has completed and the in-breath of the new one hasn't yet begun. For a fleeting, sacred moment, all is potential, all is silence. This is the womb of creation, the empty space from which all new worlds are born. Your only job at this moment is to be still. Find a quiet place, close your eyes, place your hands on your heart, and simply breathe. No visualizations, no affirmations, no requests. Just be. Merge with the silence. Feel yourself as the 0 point, the pure, untainted consciousness at the center of all creation. This is the most powerful ritual you can perform. It's an act of pure presence and alignment with the creative power of the void itself. It's in this silence that the final, most profound integration occurs. But what comes after the silence? What do you do in the first moments and hours after you've crossed the threshold as you wake up on the morning of October 24th into the first day of the rest of your life? That chosen one is the final and most important piece of this transmission. The way you conduct yourself in the immediate aftermath of this cosmic suture will determine whether the new reality anchors into your life with permanence or whether it remains a beautiful, fleeting dream. The instructions for this final phase must be followed with precision, for you'll be in a highly delicate, energetically porous state, like a newborn taking its first steps. What we'll discuss next is your guide to walking firmly, confidently, and irrevocably onto the sunlit path of the new Earth. We've journeyed together through the cosmic architecture of this monumental event, from the initial signs of activation to the alchemical transmutation of shadow, and through the final challenging gatekeepers at the threshold of your new reality. You now stand at the precipice, armed with a depth of understanding that places you in the top 1% of conscious beings on this planet. You're not just an observer of this shift, you're a fully initiated sovereign architect of its manifestation in your own life. The 0 point of the new moon is approaching that sacred silent pause in the breath of the cosmos, where all potential is held in a state of pristine stillness. You know now that your role in that moment is not to do, but to be, to merge with the silence, to become the void, the womb of creation itself. But the journey doesn't end in the silence. The silence is the conception. What we must now discuss with the utmost clarity and precision is the birth, the moments and hours that immediately follow the 0 point, specifically the morning of October 24th, 2025, are arguably the most critical phase of this entire process. You'll emerge from this cosmic gateway in an energetic state that is akin to a newborn. Your frequency will be reset, your field will be pure, but you'll also be incredibly sensitive, psychically open, and energetically malleable. The old energetic armor you once wore will have been dissolved. This is a state of immense power, but also of profound vulnerability. The first actions you take, the first thoughts you think, the first frequencies you allow into your field during this delicate post-gateway period will act as the foundational keystones for the new reality structure you're building. To mishandle these first few hours is to risk pouring polluted concrete into the foundation of your new temple, causing it to crumble before it is even built. The instructions I am about to give you are not suggestions. They are sacred protocols for anchoring the 5D frequency into your physical life with permanence and grace. Your first protocol upon waking on the morning of October 24th is the vow of sacred silence. Before you speak a single word to another human being, before you check your phone, before you engage with the outside world, in any capacity, you must first speak to the universe and to yourself. Find a quiet space, ideally, where you can see the sky, even if it's just through a window. Place your right hand over your heart center and your left hand over your solar plexus. Close your eyes and take 3 deep, slow, conscious breaths. Feel the new pristine energy coursing through your veins. Feel the profound peace that has settled into your being. Then, speaking from the depths of your soul, you will make a declaration. This is not a request. It is a command. It is the first decree of the newly. As the crowned sovereign of your own reality, speak these words or similar ones that truly resonate with your inner truth. In this sacred moment of my new beginning, I declare my name. I affirm my unwavering alignment with the timeline of the new earth. Right now, completely and utterly, I anchor the frequencies of unconditional love, divine joy, sovereign freedom, and boundless abundance into every single cell of my body and into every corner of my personal reality. I am a master creator, a vessel of light, and a co-creator alongside the source. My word is law within my reality. Anything that doesn't align with this declaration must now gracefully and easily leave my field, my life, and my consciousness. My new reality starts right now. And so it is. Feel the immense power of this declaration as it resonates deep within your core. Imagine a sonic boom of intention, its energy rippling outward into the quantum field, collapsing all other possibilities and solidifying the timeline you have chosen. Remain in this state of powerful, silent communion for as long as you can manage, even if it's just for 5 minutes. This act of claiming your morning, of dedicating those first conscious moments to connecting with the divine and consecrating your new self, is quite possibly the most effective way to set the course, not just for your day, but for this entire new chapter of your life. Don't hand over your first fruits of consciousness to your phone, to your email, or to the demands of the old world. Give them to your soul instead. The second vital protocol for this sacred morning is the ritual of embodied gratitude. Following your vow of silence, engage in a practice that transforms the frequency of gratitude from a mere mental concept into a tangible, physical, cellular reality. Gratitude is the master key that unlocks the 5D reality. It's the frequency that communicates to the universe that you are already complete, already blessed, and already living the reality of your deepest dreams. It is the ultimate antidote to the 3D virus of lack. However, simply thinking, "I'm grateful," isn't quite enough. You have to actually feel times it in your body. Put on some high-frequency music, something instrumental that uplifts your soul. Begin to move your body, gently stretching, swaying, allowing this vibrant new energy to flow freely through you. As you move, start speaking aloud all the things you are grateful for, but express it from the perspective of your future self, the you that is already living the reality you've been manifesting. Don't say, "I am grateful for the money that is coming." Instead, say, with tears of joy welling up in your eyes, "I am so overwhelmingly grateful for the infinite river of abundance that flows effortlessly through my life, allowing me to live in total freedom and support all the causes I deeply believe in." Don't say, "I am grateful for the partner I will meet." Say with a smile that radiates from the very depths of your heart, "I am so profoundly grateful for the deep sacred love and connection I share with my divine partner, a love that nourishes and expands me every single day." Go through every area of your life, your health, your work, your relationships, your home, and express profound, embodied gratitude for the already manifested perfection of it all. Let the feeling of this gratitude wash completely over you. Allow it to fill every single cell. Let it bring you to your knees in joyful surrender. This isn't about faking it till you make it. This is a powerful quantum technology. You are generating the precise electromagnetic signature of your fulfilled desires, which magnetically compels the physical universe to rearrange itself to match that frequency. Performing this ritual on this specific morning in your pure post-gateway state is like planting a seed of pure light in the most fertile soil imaginable. The harvest will be swift and miraculous. If you commit right here and now to performing these first two sacred protocols on the morning of October 24th, to honor the birth of your new reality, I want you to go to the comments section and seal this intention by typing, "My new reality begins now." Let this be both a public and a personal vow, a solemn promise to your own soul that you will honor this sacred transition with the reverence it truly deserves. The third essential protocol for this day and for all the days that follow is the practice of divine neutrality. As you emerge from your sacred morning cocoon and begin to re-engage with the wider world, you're going to be met with echoes of the old 3D matrix. The news will still be broadcasting fear. People in your life who haven't consciously participated in this shift will still be operating from their old patterns of drama, complaining, and limitation. You'll feel like a finely tuned crystal instrument that's been placed back into a noisy, chaotic room. Your mission is to steadfastly hold your new higher frequency, your inner peace, no matter what dissonant energies you happen to encounter. This is the practice of divine neutrality. It's the ability to calmly observe the chaos without being pulled directly into it. It's seeing the fear, but consciously choosing not to resonate with it. It's hearing the complaints, but choosing not to participate in them. Imagine yourself encased in a protective bubble, or perhaps a pillar of golden white light. This is your sovereign, energetic space. You can observe everything happening outside this bubble. You can even send love and compassion outward, but you don't allow anything to penetrate your personal field. If a family member starts a negative conversation, you don't need to argue or try to preach. You can simply change the subject or politely excuse yourself. You are no longer an energetic match for that lower frequency, and you are under absolutely no obligation to lower your own vibration to meet anyone else's. This might feel challenging at first. The old programming, that nagging need to fix things to save people or to get involved, will likely be strong. But you must always remember that the greatest gift you can offer to a world in chaos is your own unwavering peace. Your stable, high frequency acts as a tuning fork for the entire collective, sending out a silent, powerful invitation for others to rise up. Don't mistake neutrality for apathy. It's not about not caring. It's about caring so deeply that you actively refuse to contribute to the very energy that is causing the suffering in the first place. It's the ultimate act of loving detachment, and it is your primary spiritual work in this post-gateway world. As you integrate these profound changes, you'll notice one final beautiful sign that the shift has been fully anchored. The unveiling of your divine mission, revealed in the clarity and high frequency of your new reality. The deep soul-level why of your incarnation will begin to emerge with undeniable clarity. That persistent, nagging feeling that you were put here for something more will be replaced by a calm, clear knowing. For some, this will be a call to create art, music, or literature that carries the 5D codes. For others, it will be a call to become healers, teachers, or guides for those who are just beginning to awaken. For many others still, it will simply be a call to embody the frequency of love and peace in their everyday lives, becoming silent anchors of the new Earth grid within their families and communities. Don't judge the specific form that your mission takes. There is absolutely no hierarchy of importance here. The painter is just as crucial as the healer. The loving mother is just as vital as the spiritual teacher. Your mission is whatever makes your soul sing, whatever brings you that deepest sense of joy and fulfillment. In this post-gateway reality, your work and your joy will become one and the same. The old 3D paradigm of sacrificing your happiness for a paycheck will become utterly intolerable to your new frequency. Opportunities will begin to manifest that are in perfect alignment with your soul's true purpose, often in miraculous and totally unexpected ways. Your only job is to have the courage to say yes to your joy, to say yes to your truth, and to say yes to the grand and beautiful reason your unique soul chose to be here on this planet at this exact moment in cosmic history. Chosen one, you now possess the complete map. You have the codes, the protocols, the warnings, and the promises. You are standing at the very gate of a new creation, not as a supplicant, but as a fully empowered master. The path ahead won't be entirely without its challenges. The echoes of the old world will continue to fade for some time yet, but you are no longer a resident of that world. You are an ambassador of the new one. You are a lighthouse in the storm, a way shower, a living, breathing testament to the reality that is being born from our collective hearts. This October 22nd new moon is your graduation ceremony. It's the moment you step out of the classroom of karma and directly into the playground of creation. It's the end of your long journey of forgetting and the glorious beginning of your grand journey of remembrance. Remember who you truly are. Remember your power. Remember your magnificence. The universe has been waiting for you to awaken, and the time is now. Those who have ears to hear will certainly hear. And now, as our time together draws to a close, I invite you one last time to anchor this entire journey. Go to the comment section and type with the full conviction of your sovereign heart these simple yet infinitely powerful words. I am ready because you are. You were born ready. Welcome to the new